Hello, 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 everyone, and welcome to today's stream, where we are going to be playing Final Fantasy XIV, and I am playing on my alternate tank account, like we always do on Fridays. I hope you all are having a good day. I'm having a good day. We're going to be joined by my brother-in-law, Luke. I'm going to hop into the chat and hop into the game. Here we go. Hello, Luke.
Hello.
And welcome to my stream.
Happy to be here.
I'm
Yes.
glad you're able to join. On my tank account, I'm hopefully making it to Heaven's Ward today. That's the goal.
Why do you have so many characters now?
So I have one that I started just to be able to play through the story again and practice with a magical DPS. This one I started as a tank from the beginning so that I can I was hoping it would help me get over my tanking anxiety, and it has helped a lot. And then I have a fourth character where I'm doing the same thing with a healer. But I'm also using my tank as like a streaming account, so. Because I figured since DPS I played from the beginning, I was always a DPS, and I have no troubles playing DPS, maybe if I did the same thing with tank and healer, I'd feel better.
I guess I get what you mean. I mean, playing DPS now, I'm like worried I'm not doing enough.
It's the same thing with Bridget. She's the same way. She's like, I don't think I'm doing enough like damage, and as long as you're higher than the healer in terms of aggro, you're doing fine.
Well, we don't really have an aggro meter in this game, so I don't know how you want me to look that up.
Yeah, well, I mean, we do when you're in a fight and you have the enemy list.
Well, yeah, but
it gives you a number. Like tank should always be A.
Oh, that's right.
And then it goes
that's
1
right.
through 4 or 2 through 4 or 2 through 8, depending on if you're running 4 or 8-man content.
I forgot about that.
Yep. Okay.
It's been a while.
Indeed.
It's been a while.
I do that every time as well. You are not friends with this one yet, though. So I am going to send you a friend request.
Your mouse movements are so rigid.
I mean, I'm not using mouse.
I know.
I'm using controller.
That's a problem.
It's not a problem. Arrow and Palmy is now your friend.
Hey. I got the reindeer mount. I just finished that up.
Nice. I will be muting at certain points during this because I pretend to be a voice actor for the non-voiced cutscenes. So.
Oh, all fancy.
Uh-huh. Otherwise, how entertaining is it for them to just watch me read something without saying anything?
I mean, or you could just try your best to do your best impressions for your audience.
I do. I mean, like, I'm muting so you don't hear it all the time.
Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah.
That's fair enough.
Otherwise, you're gonna be like, what the fuck is he talking about?
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Okay.
My apologies for the interruption. I was deeply saddened to learn of Moonbreeder's passing. Her loss will be sorely felt. Hey, welcome in, Nikos. How you doing?
That's what I was working on.
You also, Nikos, if you wanted to, you could join the chat as well. Since I see you are playing 14, it would not bother me at all.
I need to save those.
Alas, recent developments in Ishgard leave us little time to mourn. The envoy with Kurthus will soon arrive, and we must hasten to hear her report.
Just save that.
Sounds good. Well, I hope you have a good day at work, Nikos. The envoy is here. I really thought this was going to be voice acted. I thank you for receiving me at such short notice. Time is of the essence, so I would forego the usual pleasantries, if I may. Certainly. You come with news of the Dravanians? Aye, the dragons have begun their attack in earnest. The first wave reached the Central Highlands a short while ago, and battle was joined soon thereafter. Sir Aymeric himself sallied forth with a contingent of temple knights, and several companies of the noble house's finest. Though the beasts were ultimately forced into retreat, our victory, if such it may be called, came at the cost of many of our own. Too many. We will not withstand a second wave should the Dravanians renew their assault. You paint a grim picture, my lady. It is reinforcements you seek, then? We do. Though it pricks our pride, it is plain we cannot protect Ishgard with our ranks thus thinned by the Horde. Sir Aymeric would meet with you to discuss the possibility of enlisting your aid. Very well. I shall depart for Caerthus at once. I must warn you, however, that the involvement of the Crystal Braves is by no means assured. Our commitment to quelling the unrest in Uldar must take precedence. It is with such contingencies in mind that I must make another request. The Scions of the Seventh Dawn are known for sharing close ties with all three of the Grand Companies of Eorzea. Would you consent to plead our case to their leaders? Though I will gladly appeal to the Grand Companies on your behalf, I dare not promise a favorable reply. You need say no more. Considering our past dealings with the Eorzean Alliance, I can well imagine how our plea will be received. But the fate of Ishgard hangs in the balance. We must explore every avenue still open to us, no matter how unpromising. I see. Very well. I shall send envoys to each of the allied nations, and have them present your request directly to the heads of the Grand Companies. In the event that your plea does receive a favorable answer, know that any support is certain to be conditional. Demands will be made of Ishgard. That is only to be expected. Rest assured that I speak with Sir Aymeric's authority in this matter, and that our actions are fully sanctioned by the Holy See. Which brings me to my final request. A personal appeal to you, Warrior of Light. The Lord Commander much desires to speak with you, regardless of your fellow's involvement. You faced Midgard-Zormr and survived. Anything you can share of your experience may yield us an advantage over our foe. Thank you. You wear the mantle of hero well. 'Twould seem the road leads us both to Camp Dragonhead. Seek me out when you arrive, Morrighan. I'm glad that the internet seems to be doing much better today. We've only had 79 dropped frames. Whereas when I first logged on yesterday, we were at like 11,000 and I had to restart my computer, and it was a day. Oh, it's his ale. Oh, snap! So you did the dungeon there and everything? Was that not a fun dungeon, running Great Gubal Library?
The sons must answer for their father's misdeeds. Only then will the cycle be broken.
It's a fun one. Top 5.
Brothers and sisters of the heavens, we raise our voices and join you in the chorus. The sinner's feeble magics are undone. Come, Claim your retribution.
Alright, to Camp Dragonhead. Alright, I'm out of cutscenes.
Welcome back.
So are you MSQing or are you picking up and like cleaning up side stuff right now?
Bit of both. I am currently queued for a alliance raid.
Are you gonna run Royal City of Ravenaster?
Well, I was gonna like gamble and see if I get it off the queue, off the roulette.
Ah. I mean, it's a 1 in 4 shot. It's a fun one, but not very many people run it. So, expect some wipes.
I mean, yeah, I figured that out the other day when I queued for it and I was fishing. And then I gave up on the queue and queued for something else after like 30 minutes.
Yeah, that'll happen. It seems I was the swifter, Morrighan. You too, however, have arrived with time to
I also
spare.
have to go talk to Alphino right now.
Oh, what are you talking to Alphino for?
I don't know.
But for some reason.
Yeah.
Fair enough. The murmurings about camp tell of some manner of trouble at the gates of judgment. In the Lord Commander's absence, I suggest we visit the place and find out what is afoot. It's your next MSQ thing, right? So you just got done running the dungeon where you create the thing.
You want me to fight the pig?
Yes.
Yeah.
So you're probably going to him to tell him that the
Hold on, let me look up my...
It almost just we do got to be a little careful of spoilers because Nikos is in the chat and not quite there yet. But my auto mod got him because he said I sucked him, but he meant back into the game.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, interesting.
But my auto mod got it because it supposedly was a sexual term.
I mean, definitely seems accurate. Okay. Well, yeah, I've been trying to grind. Since I came back the other day, I have made a commitment to grind out that mount.
To grind
and
out.
not tell you about it.
Oh, the Cerberus one?
Yeah.
Why can't we get it together?
No.
Because it's a savage, and I'll run it with you.
No.
Although I wouldn't run an extreme with Matt last night. He picked up a Shadowbringer's extreme, and I was like, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't want to do it. Because the item he wants to craft, or he wants me to craft for him, is like 1.9 million on the market board.
You can buy that. You're rich.
I'm not going to.
Okay.
And one of the items you need to craft with it is only drops from that extreme.
Which extreme is it?
Titiana. The first trial.
She's really easy.
Yeah, but have you ran the extreme version?
No, but the regular's not that bad, so I doubt the extreme's that bad. As long as you got a full party.
Right. Do you want to pick it up?
I will, eventually.
Eventually.
I mean, I'll tank it.
He had Bridget in the queue with him to tank, so you two could tank it. He was going to heal. I guess I could be his other healer.
Yeah, we can run it. Then all we need is competent DPS.
Yeah, we'll probably have to party find it instead of just queuing up for it. Just to try and get it.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna be on late tonight, so
That's fine.
I am. Time? It's only 11:30. I'm making ribs. A little bit later.
Nice. We did not fret over much. There are yet several layers of arcane protection that shield the city from invasion.
Yeah, I'm gonna make ribs and some carrots.
Mother will be fine.
Some stuff.
What was Matt thinking of doing, Bridget? Was it the thing that I said?
Oh.
When I laid eyes upon Lady Iceheart, I felt the marrow freeze within my bones.
Okay, commence.
The gates of judgment are much
There we
more
go.
than mere doors. They
Foreign
are
alliance
the
raid. Come on,
outermost
tanks.
layer of Ishgard's
Two of our tanks
magical
have not
walls.
queued in.
If our first line of defense can be so easily shattered. I gotta speak with Alfino. He's behind me.
Whack.
'Twould seem the heretic struck the first and most telling blow against Ishgard. Scions, we expected you at Camp Dragonhead. My apologies. We chanced to hear that there had been trouble at the gates, and thought it prudent to investigate the cause. She's not naked. She is in shorts, boots, and a top.
Naked.
Not naked. And they did not end up running it for him last night, Nikos. They dropped the queue. Then you have learned of the heretic's treachery. Lady Iceheart led a force of her followers against our defenders, and came close enough to dispel the first of our wards. But let us speak more of this back at the camp. Sir Aymeric awaits you. I know we're coming up on the really fun duty. Did you get the one you were looking for?
Dropped back out. We can't get a third tank.
Damn.
Yeah. We were all queued except for one tank.
That sucks.
Yeah, that's okay. It'll happen when it happens. I'm just burning through MSQ real quick.
Lady Iceheart has grown bold indeed if she would risk direct action against the city. Come, let us do as we were bid and return to Camp Dragonhead. Lord Horsefant will know where Sir Aymeric means to receive us. Oh, Horsefant. Now, everyone knows what's happened to you.
Gotta skip that cutscene.
I mean, you don't gotta skip it.
Fair.
You're choosing to.
Come on, come on. We're just missing a DPS.
Is this still the roulette, or is it the, did you actually
The roulette.
queue? Okay.
No, it's the roulette. If I had queued for it and we were that close, I'd have been so mad.
Bridget and I sat through about a 35-minute queue to get into it, because she needed to run it as well. And it was...
Nope. Almost want to just drop them. Oh well. I got World of Darkness.
Ah. That's not a bad one. And it's good XP for whatever you're running it as. Machinist? Or Samurai?
Yeah. Samurai.
Nice.
Gotta get it up so I have a DPS that isn't...
That you actually
Weird
want to
as-
play?
Yeah. What am I, Alliance A?
'Tis reassuring indeed to behold the countenance of a friend when one's homeland teeters upon the very brink of disaster. Though a single misstep could send us plunging into the abyss, your heroic presence stokes the flames of courage within my heart. Ah, but you did not come to Dragonhead to listen to me prattling. The Lord Commander has arrived and would treat with you in the intercessory. Alright, let's go speak with Aymeric in the intercessory. The worm's raw. Now, are you going to have actual talk? Can I not jump up? Okay. I'll run around the table. I thank you for coming with such haste, and apologize for my absence. Suffice it to say, Lady Iceheart and her heretics have much to answer for. Yes, we are but recently returned from the Gates of Judgment ourselves. Given the circumstances, we quite understand if you would prefer to postpone our appointed audience. On the contrary, Master Alphino, I think it more important than ever that this meeting take place. Rest assured, I shall return to my post on Ishgard's walls the moment our business is concluded. Before we move on to the subject of reinforcements, however, I would introduce you to a close friend and stalwart ally, Estinian. The Azure Dragoon? That's not Estinian, that's Horshaphant. There he is. You want to rerun all the quests with Horshaphant? That's fair, Bridget. You really did have a thing for him. Oh, look at... They had, like, the little sparkle at the top of the spear and everything. May I present to you Ishgard's Azure Dragoon. An impressive title, though I confess, I know precious little of the Order of Dragoons. They are formidable warriors all, yet even among such masters of the lance, Estinian is without equal. He, out of all the warriors of Ishgard, was chosen to wield the power of dragons, and may thus contend with any Dravanian.
Well, I died.
Was it during the first pool, or was it during the second pool?
The boss.
Did you get doomed?
First boss. Probably.
Probably. You flatter me overmuch, Lord Commander.
We're not doing very well.
That's always a hit or miss one. What alliance are you in?
A.
Ah. So you are the adventurer of whom they spoke. I see now why my blood fares sang in anticipation of our meeting. Now that we have all been introduced, let us proceed to the matter at hand. I would share with you what we have learned of Iceheart's design, as confessed by the heretics taken captive after the assault on the gates. 'Twould seem that Lady Iceheart and the Dravanians share a common goal, the reclamation of Nidhogg's stolen eye. Nidhogg, one of the 7 great worms. His name features prominently in your nation's history, though once defeated by the hero Haldroth, the beast is said to have terrorized Kurthus since Ishgard's founding. Aye, many are the scars our walls bear from Nidhogg's relentless efforts to raise the city. The trophy Haldroth plucked from the bested worm's skull, known simply as the Eye. It is a treasured relic of Ishgard, and one possessed of untold power. Should it ever be returned to Nidhogg, the dread creature would be restored to the height of his strength. Oops. My vengeful son hath waged war against Ishgard for 1,000 years. No mortal mind could comprehend the depths of his rancor.
Well, I guess I got doomed again.
Are you not looking away from him when he has the eye marker?
Bro, I don't know.
That's fair.
It's kind of hard as a Lalafell because the screen's so small on you, you can't see anything.
If you press Control and up on your D-pad, I think, or on your keyboard, it'll actually raise where the camera centers on your screen.
How did I just learn this?
I wish I knew. But it was in a video that I shared a while back in my server's 14 channel. It was one of the things that he suggested. The eye itself is secreted deep within the vault. It is kept under heavy guard, surrounded at all times by men and women who have proven their loyalty to the Holy See. But though stout walls and sharp blades may suffice to discourage The heretics, the dragons, are another matter. There are individuals within the Dravanian horde whom an entire company of knights would labor to repel, to say nothing of Nidhogg himself. Nor does age rob them of their strength. Through the endless march of the years, the dragons endure, patient, calculating, inexorable. You must understand, these creatures do not share our perception of time. And that is especially true of the great worms. They who spend centuries in slumber only to wake and resume their campaign as if mere hours had passed. It has been 20 years since Nidhogg last darkened our skies. 20 years for him to gather his strength and for us to bolster our defenses. And now, just as he seems primed to return, the heretics strike at the gates. You believe that Lady Iceheart is in league with the creature, then? Of that we cannot be certain. Though we know the heretics covet the eye, we have been unable to determine their plans for it. Such questions aside, we must needs address the ragged hole their mistress has seen fit to rend in Ishgard's protections. 'Tis a weakness the Dravanians are not like to leave untested. So it would seem. You have described your plight in admirable detail, Lord Commander, yet I cannot help but wonder at your candor. Why such sensitive information with us? Why share such sensitive information with us? I shall speak plain. Ishgard has need of allies, and I would have you bolster our front lines in readiness for the coming battle against the dragons. This much I expected. Unlike our arrangement concerning the Keeper of the Lake, however, only you stand to benefit from our assistance in this matter. I fail to see why we should intervene in conflict which concerns only Ishgard and Dravania. When the Eorzean Alliance requested Ishgard's assistance during Operation Archon, you refused us. Does it not seem grossly unjust to demand that we now risk our lives in your private war? I make no attempt to defend my country's conduct.
I've
I
never
only
seen
ask
so
that
many
you
people
consider
stacked before.
what would follow were Ishgard to fall. Having razed our city to the ground, the Horde would have little cause to linger, and most would return to their lairs in Dravania. Soon thereafter, the ruins of Kerthis would be buried in snow, and the land would become the sole province of beasts and beastmen. Until the Garlean's arrival, that is, for you may be certain that the Empire would not hesitate to claim Kerthis. They would not even have to draw steel. An imperial province sharing a border with Mordona. 7 hells. Very well. We will assist you in repelling the dragons. The roar of a great worm may have shaken the firmament, but we of Eorzea will not abandon our Ishgardian brothers to face the coming horde alone. Nor did I ever think you would. Now, upon the matter of the roar. Allow me, Sir Emric. Through the power of the Eye, I have become the vessel of Nidhogg's strength. His essence has stolen into my very blood. Fear not, I am in full control of my faculties, I assure you, and the Eye itself is of no relevance to this tale. It is not essential that I bear it with me wheresoever I go. Its lingering influence does, however, allow me to hear Nidhogg's voice. Then the worm who roared was Nidhogg, aye. He means to hurl his horde against Danafin's collar, and shatter the remaining wards that protect the city. There can be no doubt, the worm has summoned his minions to war. Dum bum 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 bum. Alright, God, I can't jump over the table! Though the circumstances are far from ideal, this desperate endeavor will at least provide us an opportunity to bring the sister states of Eorzea together in common cause. Sir Aymeric was more ruthless in his negotiations than I anticipated. I suppose one must give no quarter when one's home is at stake. But did you see the look on his face when he formally requested our assistance? Though the Lord Commander has long campaigned for Ishgard to open its gates to outsiders, I suspect this softening of the Holy See's attitude towards foreign cooperation comes as something of a bittersweet victory. The days ahead promise to be interesting indeed. Alright, we'll stand up on the chair and make Alphino feel really short. If we are to aid the Ishgardians in this war of theirs, preparations will have to be made, and soon. Before proceeding, however, we must needs return to the Rising Stones and make our report to the Antecedent. Alright, pray return to the Rising Stones. Have you guys made it to Cerberus yet?
No.
Oh. Spoilers. Spoilers that you already knew.
Yep. Fuck her.
Did the mouth thing knock you off the platform?
Yeah, right when I got back on.
He's really good at doing that. It sucks.
We're just getting to Cerberus, though.
Alphino, it is good to see you. Tell me, what have you learned?
That's not bad timing.
Pray summon the others. Everyone must hear my report.
So this was all but a taste of what's to come.
Indeed. The main host advances upon Ishgard as we speak.
Whose vaunted defenses have been nullified.
Shorn of its wards, the city will bear the full force of Nidhogg's fury.
All those people.
Alphino is right. The Dravanians cannot be allowed to prevail. If Ishgard falls, all of Eorzea will suffer the consequences.
Then you agree that we have no choice but to intervene. For the good of the realm, the Scions of the Seventh Dawn and the Crystal Braves must join the defense of Ishgard.
Let there be no ambiguity about what has been proposed. We would be directly intervening in the war. But if all here believe the cause to be just, then to war we shall go. The path we now embark upon is perilous, but I pray you will walk with us to the end. For those we have lost, for those we can yet save.
Then it is settled. I shall inform the Council of our intentions and request that they contribute their own forces to the defense of Ishgard.
I died again.
have bid
I was
the
doing so
Archons
well,
travel
man.
to their assigned
I
nations.
was number 2 on the leaderboard.
And now you're going to be number 8. Should the members of the Alliance agree to pledge Grand Company soldiers to Ishgard's cause, our comrades will be on hand to act as intermediaries for the duration of the conflict. The small matter of persuading the Alliance leaders to grant such support, I leave to Alphino. For you, my friend, a different task awaits. I would have you reach out to your fellow adventurers and gather what allies you may for the coming siege. I would also have you consider the matter of your own security. Revenant's Toll is but a short flight from the snowfields of Kurthis. It is not unimaginable that the fighting may spill across the border. Pray, brief Slaffborn on the brewing conflict, and discuss potential contingencies. The frontier settlers must be prepared for aught that might wing its way over our walls. I only hope that such precautions prove unnecessary. Ah, before you leave, might I suggest that you have Tataru accompany you? She has a talent for administration and a firm grasp of the practical challenges we may encounter. So do you remember the giant fight with the dragon on the bridge in the end of A Realm Reborn's postgame? Where the dragon slowly walks across the bridge and you have 8 people that just beat the shit out of it?
Mm-hmm.
So they changed that from a trial now and it's just a solo duty.
That's lame.
It's actually so much better. Because the trial was ridiculous. It was kind of like the one trial, which I don't think you ever got to run. The very first 8-man was against the guy at Cape Westwind, and I think you were the first one of us to run it as the solo duty. But that trial with 8 people was nothing. It was like a minute and a half, almost like if you were running something unsynced. We are rather close to Kurthis, aren't we? We'd best see to our own defenses and take stock of our supplies. Oh, and we'll also need to have beds and bandages laid out just in case. A good receptionist is ready for any eventuality. Let's go, Morrighan. I have 101 things to discuss with Slaffborn.
Oh shit.
Are you all gonna wipe on
okay.
Cloud of Darkness?
No. I thought so. I thought there was meteors coming down and we weren't all focusing on them, but...
As long as there's one person in most of them, if you miss a couple, it's not too bad.
I thought it was like a meteor drop mechanic. It's been a minute.
Ah. I appreciate the warning. If war is coming to Kurthis, then the toll must be made ready. I'll increase the number of patrols.
I was just
and
worried
lookouts
about getting my
immediately.
numbers up.
I'll also see about finding room for an infirmary, as well as temporary housing for victims of the conflict. Ishgard has done well by us in the past, and I would return the favor. But as for rounding up volunteers for the fighting itself, I'm afraid I must disappoint you. I will not send my fellow guild members to die on Ishgardian soil, and I am certain headquarters will say the same. There will be no official Adventurers Guild presence at this siege. That said, each adventurer is of course free to do as he or she wills. I shall have a word with some of my more capable colleagues on your behalf, and you might try your luck here in Revenant's Toll. I dare say there are a few stout souls about town who will answer your call to arms. Let's get started, shall we? We have a town to rouse. Bum, 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 bum. Spare me your talk of glory and fame. I am not in the habit of volunteering for lost causes. I've survived this long by trusting my instincts, and my instincts tell me to stay well away from Ishgard. Ishgard sounds like she's in a right mess, but that ain't what I wanted to talk to you about. I need you to cast your mind to that scuffle with the Empire out by the processing plant. A lad from Little Alamigo by the name of Wildred was there with the Fourth that day, and I want to know if you've seen him since. Have you? God damn it, I feared as much. No one's bloody seen him. It's like the ground opened up and swallowed him whole. But that ain't all. Around the time Wilred stopped turning up for duty, then black market weapons went missing from our vault in Ul'dah. So now, of course, half the Braves suspect the lad of making off with the goods. Folks like to believe our company's a disciplined fighting force, but as you and me both know, it's no more than a motley collection of mercenaries, adventurers, and Grand Company veterans. The only things as binds us together in some vague oath about fighting for the freedom of all, that and the steady pay. Now, compared to most others in this crew, Wilred's a fresh-faced novice, a bleeding whelp amongst wolves. But the boy's got passion. When he talked about being a guardian of Eorzea, he bloody well meant it. A lad like him wouldn't rob us blind and bugger off like that. He ain't the type. And then, and this is just between you and me, mind, there's the fact the lad wanted to tell me about something queer he'd noticed in the ledgers. Something about the Braves' numbers not adding up. Aye, there's a villain at the end of this trail I've stumbled on, and I'll bet me good eye it ain't young Wilred. Any road, I've got a war to wage, so I'll let you get on. I just thought someone should know. I'll be seeing you, Morrighan. So Ishgard seeks sellswords to bolster its ranks, eh? Though I'm not sure I like the sound of this siege. Those nobles will surely be generous with their rewards. Ah, but I have pledged myself to guard Revenant's toll. Modest work though it is, I am loath to break the terms of my contract. What to do, what to do. Volunteer my services in the defense of Ishgard? I think not. Dragons claim the lives of every one of my brothers. I do not mean to offer them mine. 'Twas to escape such a fate that I took up the mantle of adventurer in the first place. I would sooner die in the pursuit of fortune than huddled behind an icy wall. You mentioned your numbers earlier. There is a website that you are not on currently because you haven't hit endgame, but there are people who run a third-party thing called ACT, and then you can upload the data from ACT to FF logs. Now granted, this is against terms of service, but just being on the website doesn't mean that you are against terms of service, because if you run in a party with someone who's ran it and they uploaded it, your numbers will be on there. But I check back on it from time to time because I am on there, from running roulettes and raids and stuff with people that are using it. And my numbers as Bard are pretty good, I gotta say. Although I have a run of Reaper on there, and my run was bad. Sell me blade to the Ishgardians. Well, them dragons are a fearsome lot, but I'd slay me fair share if the coin was good. I've worked for one of them knights before, you know. Watched me like a bloody hawk, he did. Still, I'd put up with worse than that for a heavy purse. There you are, Morrighan. So, did you sway any hearts? 1 or 2, eh? Well, added to mine, that makes 3 or 4, not including Slathborn's friends.
You guys are such drama.
We won't have the largest company in the army, but I'd say one Revenant's Toll veteran is worth a dozen clinking knights at least. Oh, I've been so caught up with recruiting that I almost forgot. There's been word from Alphino. Apparently, the Alliance leaders are convening in Uldar to discuss Ishgard's plight, and they've requested your presence, as usual. Anyway, you'd best make your way to Uldar or you'll be late. Alphino said that he would meet you on the Royal Promenade. Actually, I have a free teleport to Uldar.
Huh. They don't say Alice.
Who doesn't?
Garatia.
Oh, really?
He pronounces it Alize.
Oh, with the Z sound?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of a back and forth thing.
Don't be greedy, girl.
But I want to be. My apologies for calling you away from your tasks. I had hoped to proceed with these negotiations one leader at a time, but it seems my urgent requests for an audience have prompted a gathering of the council. Needless to say, I felt obliged to attend. The Alliance leaders are already seated.
Well, I don't know what I'm supposed to do about this, so I'm
Let
just
us
going
join
to stand here.
shall we? What happened?
Is he going to kill himself? Ah, he didn't die.
We are well aware.
Oh, she's needs more ether.
Then I trust there are no
I'm doing the
objections
weird
to the
thing where
Crystal
on
Brave's
the
intervention.
Titan field.
Oh, yeah.
No, I'm not giving you my shit.
You got to, though.
Gridania does not object.
Fine, take my blue juice.
The Crystal Braves are yours to command, Alphino. Do what you will. We shall pray for your success.
It was my hope that you would offer more substantial aid than prayer. I know it is within your means.
Do not presume that you have knowledge of our every concern. The Garleans and the Beast Tribes are but two of many. We are not in a position to contribute greatly to the defense of Ishgard. Not when our own homes are still under
The character's
siege.
always conveniently stunned
Yup.
when she needs to do work.
It's to make it seem so much more epic when you get there at, like, the last second.
I mean, I liked it in Stormblood.
We
That
dare
was pretty
not leave
fair.
our interest in Cartano undefended as well. Telegi Adalegi and his ilk would seize control of the territories in our absence.
The enemy is at their gates, and you would cower behind yours?
No one is cowering, boy. We will offer what support we can.
Aye, support. A handful of men and no more.
Would that we could commit more than a token force to this cause. Yet there are others to whom you might turn. The free companies ever want for work.
Ah, yes. The free
Shrub
companies.
heel.
They're not like to turn you down.
I beg your pardon? You would entrust the survival of Ishgard to sell swords?
I hate how this is a level 80 synced duty, and my HP is so
Choices
goddamn
like
low.
these are the very reason why this alliance
Are you
was
running it
formed.
as tank or
It is our
as
duty to aid our
tank?
fellow man.
I do all of the, well, I mean,
My duty is
all
to
the
my country
challenge
and my
things is
people.
tank. It's just easier that way.
It really
If you
is.
expect us to place the welfare of a foreign power above our own, you're going to be sorely disappointed.
Suppose
Lest
I could
you
do
doubt,
Dragoon.
Limsa
That
comes
has a lot of
first,
health.
then the Alliance, and finally, circumstances permitting, Ishgard and the rest. If you cannot understand so simple a concept, then you have no place at this table.
The poor pig.
Forgive me, Admiral. I was careless in my choice of words.
I suggest you assemble a party of elite adventurers, assuming you haven't already. Your fellows served us well during Operation Archon. I dare say they will do so again. If I may, Your Grace, I wish to propose a redistribution of forces. If we entrust the security of Uldar to the Brass Blades for a time, we can dispatch a larger force to Ishgard. Your Grace?
Yes. Yes, of course. Do what you will.
I'm at the point in A Realm Reborn's post-game where there's a lot of heavy stuff weighing on Nanamo's mind.
Is Her Grace not feeling well?
To the best of my knowledge, Her Grace is in perfect health.
I see. Carry on.
I'm pretty excited. I have a new desk coming in, hopefully tomorrow, assuming, weather hasn't screwed that up.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
I got one of them there fancy standing desks that can also be a sitting desk.
You gonna stream while standing?
I am, actually. It's an irrational fear, but I'm terrified of blood clots from sitting for extended periods of time.
Sounds like a nice way to die.
I don't want to die, though. I got 2 kids. Once again, I owe you an apology. It seems you have been conscripted into
It's
leading a
fine, Taylor
contingent
and I
of
will take 'em.
adventurers on yet another mission of inestimable danger. But I fear we have been left with little alternative. We cannot well abandon Lord Horshathon and Sir Aymeric to their fate. And you two would be wonderful step-parents.
I will raise them that you were a monster.
That hurts.
You're welcome.
We must abide by the
Oh.
Council's decision, as short-sighted
I
as it
should
is,
be.
and strive to fulfill our roles as Eorzea's guardians.
Huge for that thing.
Captain Ilberd, what news?
Oh, a machinist.
Then the assault has begun. We have but this moment concluded our audience with the Alliance leaders. Move our forces into position. Your unit will join House Durandare at the Steel Vigil. Man the cannons alongside the knights, and thin the Dravanian horde ere they descend upon Ishgard. I will join you as soon as I am able. Morrighan, I would have you and your adventurer allies bolster the defenses at the Steps of Faith. Report first to Sir Marceline at the Gates of Judgment, and he will direct you to where you are needed most. May the gods grant us victory.
Average wait time is 20 minutes.
For that,
That's a long time.
for the Royal City of Ravenmaster?
Yeah, for the raid I need.
Yeah, but I mean, if you're MSQing in the meantime...
Yeah, but then I'm gonna have to drop out of MSQ to do dungeons. Or drop out of my queue.
That's fair. I mean, you can always wait to run it with Jonas and Tassie. They've been trying to run it for a while.
I suppose I could run it as tank. It'll probably go faster.
Probably. The queue would probably be shorter. But I will tell you, I don't know anything about tanking it. So there's not a whole lot of help that I would be... I mean, it's not like there's a whole lot of help I'd be over voice chat anyway, without actually being in the raid, but... You are the appointed captain of the Sellsword contingent? Then welcome. There is no shortage of blade work to be done. As we speak, Dravanian skirmishing parties are harrying positions across the Central Highlands. I've assigned the Crystal Braves and your fellow adventurers to contain these scattered attacks, and for the present, I would have you join them. This is, of course, merely a precursor to the assault on Ishgard proper. The wily serpents seek to divide and confuse our forces, but we will not be so easily
Have you
drawn
and
out of
Bridget
position.
played any Magic recently?
We have not. But were you going to bring any decks up with you when you come visit? The Temple Knights will remain on the steps of faith and continue our preparations. When the Horde arrives in force, they shall face a wall of Ishgardian steel. Report back to me once their advanced skirmishers are slain. Cool, because we will probably bring ours then, and we might bring some of our precons in case Jonas wants in. Honestly, I think he would love Commander.
I think he would like it as well.
It's just the whole money issue.
I mean, you don't have to build expensive decks. I just do. Which precons did you guys buy?
It's the same ones that we had bought last time. I don't remember what they are. I will just be excited to finally play Belby.
Did you build it the way I suggested?
I think I did a very similar build, but like I combined it ours kinda. Which I mean the differences was just like a couple cards.
That's fair. No, I've considered building it myself.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I am helping a little Lalafell run this same quest line that I am currently on.
Why?
Well, because it's one of those where you stand in the purple thing and it spawns in enemies. And they stood in theirs right as I stood in mine, so it spawned both of our sets right on top of each other, and I am a tank. So naturally, when I AoE'd, I pulled their group as well. And unless I switched to single target, there was no way for me to drop the aggro. So I figured, why not?
That's standard tank stuff, man. You're out in the public, you just tank.
Yeah. That's why I said I was helping them. What news, adventurer? The reinforcements? Decimated, you say? Dravanians, devils? Damn their scaly hides. Hold fast to your grief and fury, my lady. We will avenge the deaths of your fellows in the battle yet to come.
It's a good name. Speaking of Pocket P, are you current on Critical Role, man?
No.
Shame on you.
I know. Ere you commit yourself to the siege, you should know what it is you are tasked with defending. Beyond the gates of judgment lie the steps of faith, a great bridge of stone that leads directly to the city of Ishgard. More than simply a mean to cross to the Sea of Clouds, the bridge serves as a foundation for the arcane wards that form the barrier we call Danafin's Collar. Alas, in dispelling the barrier's outermost layer, that thrice-damned witch Iceheart stripped the bridge of its protections, and thus are the dragons now able to land unhindered upon the steps of faith. Should the Dravanians succeed in destroying the remainder of the wards, the winged devils will be free to swarm within the city itself. Needless to say, we cannot suffer that to happen. It shall be our task as defenders to prevent any harm from coming to those parts of the bridge wherein the wards are sealed. 3 yet remain, and we have dispatched our forces accordingly. I would ask you and your comrades to accompany our defenders at the outermost ward. I should hope that includes us as well, yes? The Scions of the Seventh Dawn?
We have 4 people.
We could not well stand idly by while the Horde threatens the good people of Ishgard.
Almost there.
Not bad, not bad. Indeed.
Only another million
to do
go.
Otherwise would go against all that Master Louisoix has taught us. As for where we may be of most assistance,
He looks different.
I think it prudent we divide into 2 groups. Ida and I will
They changed the way he looks.
will join the rear guard. Who, Papa Limo?
Yeah.
I think they all got an outfit change heading into Heavensward. Or, you know, when
he looks like he wants to be Thancred. He didn't have neck tats before.
He always did.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, that's where the Scions all got their tattoos, except for Urianger, who decided to get his on his face. Right. If the dragons should reach us, we'll be sure to give them what for. Thank you, all of you. Pray speak with me again when your preparations are complete, and together we shall stand against the Horde. Quest accepted.
That guy. Haven't seen him in a while.
Who?
I don't know who's in the chat still.
Nikos was going to work, so I would assume, since Nikos hasn't said anything, you're good.
Well, Estinian.
Ah.
Nice dragon.
Yeah. It's the one from the Steps of Faith. Just now, instead of fighting him with a party of 8 adventurers, where we all just chip away at his health, and hopefully someone remembers to go shoot him with the rocket, we do it as a thingamabob. We claim victory this day, or Ishgard falls. Let me move, please.
Let's finish this quickly, shall we?
I shall make it quick.
Feel bad for her.
For who?
Tiamat.
Oh. I don't feel bad for her for too much longer.
She gets to be free.
Ether, to me.
Jonas has finally picked up Warrior.
He's gonna try to be as cool as me.
He picked it up because you and I both talked about how warriors don't need no healers.
I mean, they don't.
They really don't. Ow.
Oh, you're gonna die.
Nah, I'll be fine.
You're bringing shame to the class, bud.
I'll be fine. I trust Y'shtola or whoever it is here to heal me.
No holding back.
It's probably Papalino, actually, because I don't think Y'shtola's back here. I think she stayed up front. No, when I ran this as my other class, you always take a lot of damage there. And I think it's, you know, supposed to heighten the sense of, oh god.
This one'll sting.
I like these statues in Az's Law of the Triad.
The Warring Triad, yeah. You know what I just recently learned from Matt? If you bot level a class like you did, it auto completes the role quest that you would have had to have done to continue through Shadowbringers.
Sounds right.
Yeah, so you didn't have to run the tank ones because I think you had already bot leveled something by that point.
No, I had to run the tank ones. In Shadowbringers?
Yeah.
Yeah, I had to run those.
Oh.
You thinking of Endwalker?
No, because the Endwalker ones you'll have to run for sure because that's not how the level things work. They only level you to 80, which would put you at post Shadowbringers. Pretty sure we have a Stimian back here with us. Yep. Let's tag you all real quick. And you. And you all.
Know your folly.
Bridget says she wants to run this instance now. I'm pretty sure, Bridget, you could just go back and run specifically this one. Ooh, I think if everyone else is going to the side, I should probably also go to the side.
It's really hard to take my character seriously with these fucking pants.
The the plaid pajama bottoms, basically. Yes, you do need to finish Endwalker first, Bridget, before you go back and rerun anything. I will agree with that statement. Oh, damn.
I don't know why she's using a fucking pig, but it makes me so happy.
Because in
I don't need to know. I like that I don't know.
Okay.
I like that this pig is just saving the day.
Then I won't tell you.
Yeah, I'll Google it. I want to know.
I mean, I could tell you so you don't have to Google it.
That's fine.
We've totally got the DPS for this check, right? Right? We're good. Hey. The dragons! They are withdrawing! Victory is ours! One of Nidhogg's greatest champions, slain. The Horde will not soon recover from this blow. But what of you, Nidhogg? Why did you not join your minions and make of this battle a slaughter? Have you grown so fond of the stench of your lair? Mayhap you prefer to have your allies fight your battles for you. You have a girl to do your bidding now, do you not? No matter. I shall slay Iceheart and all the rest. But I yearn to spill the blood of a great worm, Nidhogg, and only your death will sate my lance. Morrighan! The dragons are rooted. Lest you wonder, the fighting at the Steel Vigil was also fierce, but my Crystal Braves were not found wanting. Commander Levier, Morrighan, true to your word, you have arrived to aid us in our hour of need. On behalf of the Holy See and the people of Ishgard, I offer you my humble thanks.
That's pretty dope.
Though I would stay and lavish you with well-deserved praise, I fear I must away to oversee the aftermath of the siege. Not all the dragons are fled, and there are yet wounded to be carried from the field. Pray let us meet anon that I might express my thanks with the proper courtesy. What was cool?
When Justinian hops onto what's-her-face and rides her to battle.
Oh, hell yeah. We have indeed achieved a victory of singular importance. With the Dravanian horde thus weakened and scattered, the threat to Ishgard has been greatly diminished. And mayhap equally significant, the Holy See must now recognize the necessity of cooperation with foreign powers. Long have they barred their gates against the outside world, but I am confident that the day will soon come when Ishgard proclaims itself a member of the Eorzean Alliance once more. Much have we sacrificed in our struggles against dragons and primals, the Ascians and the Empire, but step by unfaltering step, we march ever nearer to our goal. And, as ever, the journey is made with you in the van.
It's all like bright and sunny today. Hasn't been nice outside for a while.
Not over here. Over here we had a lot of snow this morning, and now it's just gray and overcast. The victory you have won this day gives us greater hope for the morrow. 'Tis a hope that shall sustain us in the days to come, and bear us past the many evils that yet seek to hinder our progress. Yes, we have done well, my friend, and I, for one, would take a moment to savor the enormity of our achievement. The demands of duty, however, allow me little time for levity. I must accompany Captain Ilberd back to Ul'dah and reassign those braves whose squads suffered heavy losses. You, my friend, have earned a rest at the Rising Stones. Pray return to Revenant's Toll and share your tale with Minfilia in person. We will see to informing the other nations of what took place here. Do be sure to give our regards to Minfilia.
Man, I hate this city. I always get freaking lost.
Limsa or Ul'dah?
Ul'dah.
Have you collected all the Aetherites?
Yeah.
Just do your teleports.
I forgot.
I always, like, when I teleport into Ul'dah, run away from the main Aetherite and then go, shit, I could have just interacted there.
Yep.
And then it's a matter of finding the nearest one, and sometimes that's a pain.
Man, there's 6 people queued up, but I'm ready to do a dungeon, and so now I feel like I need to queue and do the dungeon.
Yeah?
Yeah. That way I can keep going on MSQ. What else do I have to do besides this?
You have like a dungeon, and then there's like 2 quests, and then the last quest has a instance. And then you're an Endwalker.
Yeah, I know. But I'm like not opposed to sitting here and waiting on the queue for this for a long time.
Have you picked up the Ruby weapon fight yet?
No.
You could do the quests to do that.
Let's see.
I don't think there's any instances prior to unlocking the Ruby weapon fight.
Let's see.
Morrighan, welcome back. Alphino sent word of the siege, and of course of the role you played in ending it. Your deeds never cease to amaze me, Morrighan.
I've done all of those raids.
Thank you.
Where's the raids section?
This one would be Trials.
I figured that out. I want to make sure I have all the raids.
Fair enough. If you're talking Alliance raids, I know you don't have the Sky Pirates stuff yet. And I think that starts in the Sea of Clouds. You must be wary, Morrighan, and now may very well be your only chance to... Antecedent! Hi, Morrighan. A messenger from Ul'dah arrived with a missive for you. You also don't have the near raids, and I would love running those with you.
No way. It popped.
Hell yeah.
I hope this is not a long one. It's
an
only 20
invitation.
minutes.
Depending on how well everyone does, it can be 20 to 30. On average, I think it's usually about a 25 to 30 minuter.
Fallen City.
On behalf of the Council of the Eorzean Alliance, Her Royal Majesty Nanamo Ul Namo invites the Scions of the Seventh Dawn to attend a feast at the Royal Palace of Ul'dah in honor of Ishgard's recent victory. It would seem we are to be recognized for our part in lifting the siege.
Fuck.
You, for your valiant efforts as commander of the adventurous contingent.
Everybody.
And the Archons for their earnest attempts to rouse the city-states. Truly, I find it strange that the Alliance leaders should think themselves deserving of a place at such a celebration.
2 people. 2 people.
All 3 refused to deploy their standing armies, preferring
a DPS. Come on.
to send hastily assembled companies of sellswords.
Yes!
Many of whom perished ere the siege
30-minute queue.
Are they truly so brazen as to seek to share in the glory of your triumph? Ah, but mayhap they simply seek a pretext to meet with the Ishgardians, while the mood is yet jubilant. Such an occasion would present a fine opportunity to press for Ishgard's return to the Eorzean Alliance. We have scarce had time to mourn Moonbreda, and and I, for one, am in no mood to carouse. But I suppose we must put away our grief for the good of the realm. Though you were promised rest, I fear I must insist that you also attend. It would be a strange celebration indeed if the victorious hero were not present. Pray content yourself with the thought that such occasions may bring about momentous change, and this without recourse to bloodshed. Tataru, if you would do me the favor of contacting the rest of the Scions. Of course, Antecedent. And please let me know if there's anything else I can do. Curious. I have never known Tataru to sigh at such requests. Could aught be amiss? Look for Tataru at her desk. I will be right back. I am going to go use the bathroom because I've been drinking a lot of water lately. I am back. How goes the raid?
Good. I'm not sure what the fuck is happening. Oh god.
Did it all go to shit?
No, I wasn't paying attention. Everybody was running, and I was like, I don't understand where we're going. I don't see what's going on, and there was a meteor coming down.
Oh, and that one there's like a ton of meteors, and you have to sprint to a corner.
Yeah, everyone was going back up the stairs. It's
Oh,
like
you guys got past the first boss, and you're at the Chocobos.
Oh yeah, we did really well in the first boss. I died right near the end, but
nice. That's
usually it was close. I feel like if we had fucked up a little more, we might have wiped.
That
but we were
fight
so close
can
to
usually tell you how the run's gonna go. If that fight, because there was one time I got it as a roulette, we wiped 3 times. People were leaving. One person tried to get us all to abandon it, and the rest of us were like, no, I don't care how long this is gonna take. We're gonna do this because we're goddamn tired of the Crystal Tower. And we did it indeed. Tataru, I believe she just stepped outside. Now that I think on it, she did seem rather preoccupied.
Oh fuck. That was one of the fastest
Oh, Morrighan, it's you. I didn't mean
like
to worry
AoE
anyone.
areas I've seen hit.
It's
He
nothing,
just dropped,
really.
I don't know where, just dropped a fucking tower on me.
Are you on the second boss now?
Yeah.
Have you ever done Yojimbo at the Gold Saucer?
No.
Okay, well, it's very similar mechanics to that. Like, he will cut those tall towers that spawn in, and in the direction that they slide is where they're going to fall, so you don't want to be underneath them. There will also be a point where he will spawn in 3 sand bubbles, and technically each alliance is supposed to take one of the sand bubbles, but if you don't kill the sand bubbles, you will wipe. Like, that much I remember about that fight.
Sand sphere. I hope we get it.
Well,
I'm dead. I've been dead for a while now.
Well, it's not nothing exactly, but it feels like nothing compared to the towering trials you and the others face every day. And that's why I should probably talk to Menphelia before things get any worse. Ah, you always know what to say, Morrighan. I'm glad we had this little chat.
Looks like we have 1 sand sphere left. Healers are struggling in our party.
I ran that as a red mage, and I very much lived up to the res mage status of that class.
Yeah. I'm so worried. I don't think we're gonna do this.
Yes, Tataru, you have my undivided
Let's see what
attention.
happens with the towers.
I've been hesitant to broach the subject, what
They're
with all the
dead.
recent excitement, but Morrighan
they
made me
made it.
realize that there's no time like the present, and time is what I'm here to ask you for.
Shit, okay.
I am not sure I understand. If you wish to be excused from your duties for a time, then you have certainly earned the rest. But I suspect that lying abed is far from your intent. You know me too well, Antecedent. There
Okay,
is, in
tell me
fact,
where I need to go. I'm okay with
something
that.
I've been wanting to try my hand at. Yeah, it splits the alliances into their respective groups, and they each have a path to follow here. Along with the adventurers and the Crystal Braves, the Scions are constantly being thrown into dangerous battles and deadly predicaments. Even Hoary Boulder and Coltonet have been promoted from guard duty to fill our need for competent warriors. And so it only seems right that I, too, should acquire the power to defend myself and others, and more importantly, when I return, I shall be both your receptionist and your bodyguard. And the adorable little bow. Whoa, hey!
Shit, get out of there, get out of there. Fuck.
That's the first time I've almost been knocked to the ground by a Lalafell. I've never seen Miss Tataru so determined. Has aught befell with which I might help, antecedent? Ah, not at present, thank you. Was there something you would ask of me? Oh, yes. Pray excuse my distraction. An adventurer who was to join us for escort duty was
living
injured
up
while
to
out
that
on
name
patrol.
floor tank right now, man.
Are you running Dragoon?
No.
Oh. Well, I mean, you're not the floor tank. That still goes to Jonas.
Our Dragoon has been alive longer than me, so... They're not even bothering to res me. There it is.
Oh, yes. Pray excuse my distraction. Oh, I already read that line. And I fear we cannot properly defend the scholars entrusted to our protection without the aid of at least one more guard. Therefore, I humbly request that another adventurer, of the capable kind, of course, be assigned to our party. Very well. I shall consider the potential candidates and provide you with a replacement as soon as I am able. My thanks, antecedent. I take my leave of you. Whoops. My thanks, antecedent. I take my leave of you.
Yeah, the only one in our party that has not died is one of the healers and the tank.
Nice.
Everybody else has died at least once during this fight. And all of us just dropped at one time.
Big oof. Big
and
oof.
Somebody just wasted the limit break.
You'll rebuild it again pretty quickly. In these later raids, you can almost limit break once every fight. The power to defend oneself. Tataru has ever been full of surprises. Now that I think on it, I do recall Urianger mentioning that she had developed an interest in Arcanima. Mayhaps she hopes to gain the admittance to the Arcanist Guild in Limsa Lominsa. Yes, that will be the way of it. Would you be so kind as to journey to the guild and see that all is well? It is doubtless unwarranted, but surely I am not alone in my concern for her safety. I wonder, do you perchance recall the commitment I made to furnish Hoary Boulder with a capable adventurer? Well, I'm sorry to say that I have as yet been unable to do so. Now I realize that you are rather more than a capable adventurer, and that escort duty is frankly beneath a woman of your talents. But I have no one else to turn to at present. Might you be willing to forego rest and assist us in this matter? Generous to a fault. I thank you, Morrighan. Now, it seems only fair that I explain the import of the task in question. For some time, our order has employed a handful of scholars to travel around Eorzea, taking etheric readings that we might better understand the impact of primal summonings. Naturally, it behooves us to ensure our employees' safety, and so we ask the adventurers in our service to serve as escorts. Hoary Boulder and Coltonet were to act as two such escorts, as was a third adventurer. Alas, due to injury, said adventurer is not presently fit for duty, hence my need to impose upon your goodwill. You truly are a pillar of strength, Morrighan. Hoary Boulder will share with you the details of your task. He should be waiting for you outside. Be safe. Ah, Morrighan, it is true that you agreed to lend us a hand. Huzzah! What did I tell you, Coltonet? Our misfortune has become a blessing, an opportunity to serve alongside the Warrior of Light herself. Need I remind you that we have 3 scholars to escort, each of whom will take a different route? True, but our mission is the same. Separated by malms we may be, but in spirit we shall be together. If such thoughts bring you joy, you are welcome to thank them. To more practical concerns, Morrighan, we would have you attend to the scholar charged with surveying the South Shroud. He is waiting at Camp Tranquil as we speak. All you need to do is follow the man. He will determine the most appropriate locations to take his readings. In spirit, Morrighan, in spirit, we shall be together every step of the way. Oh, Tassie is also now finally playing on a computer that runs more than 15 frames per second for this game. So she doesn't stand nearly in AoEs as much. At last, the Scion's woman deigns to grace me with her presence. A pity that we have no time for pleasantries. Our first destination is Isam Har. Come, we are late enough as it is. Yes, this location should suffice. Once I finish calibrating my instruments, I will require but a moment to take the necessary measurements.
Sorry, I was talking to my roommate. What'd you say? Oh.
I said, Tassie's finally also got a computer that runs more than 15 frames per second for this game, so she doesn't stand in AoEs nearly as much.
Good for her.
I trust I need not explain that
Did
my
they
work
get
can suffer
Jonas
no
a new
interruptions.
computer and then give her the hand-me-down?
I think they just bought her a new laptop.
Oh, good for them.
Then please, stand at an appropriate distance and keep watch for wild beasts. Are you all going to stand far? God, fine. I mean, why would you expect them to be able to stand closer together, huh? Alright. I see we have both completed our
I
respective
hate
tasks.
when you pop one of your abilities right before the boss does something,
A satisfactory outcome.
and then you just end up wasting it.
I heard that. Especially as melee DPS, I feel like it happens a lot.
Yeah.
Now then, Snake Molt awaits, shall we?
I feel like I do a lot of samurai. Just the timing's just not there.
The worst is when you do like a damage buff.
Yeah.
It's
What I
not-
just did was like my next thing automatically crits.
Damn. I don't feel like it's as bad if you do like a resistance buff, because it's like, alright, I mean, we weren't taking damage anyway, but oh well. It could have been better timed, but, you know, it is what it is. But damage buff for sure. Right about here, yes, as
I
before.
was outside of the box.
I would ask that you keep an eye out for dangerous beasts as I work.
Feels bad.
Are you on the one that like locks 3 areas and there's a monster in each of them?
Yeah, we were like grinding it down, and I was just outside of the box. Literally, it popped up, and like I was standing right in front of it.
Damn.
I was like, oh, I messed that up.
When Bridget and I ran that for the first time, only like 2 of us got in one of the sections, and it was me and someone else. So I was sitting there tanking it as a red mage, and then we wiped because we did not have the DPS to do it before the thing went off. Fascinating. These readings are not at all what I expected. Though perhaps that should come as no surprise. I am not given to superstition, but there is a queer, almost blasphemous air hereabouts. Let us quit this place and return to Roots Lake. We have one more site to survey. Ooh, whoops. Come on. There we go. I actually think that's right back where it was. Dang it. Move it forward one more click.
Oh shit.
Ugh.
It's
Trying
not
to
gonna
adjust
kill me.
chairs is a pain.
Oh, look at that. You ever pick a way to run to get out of an AoE, and you run the wrong way?
All the time.
It's just like, that way is a lot longer than the other way.
Yup. And you're just sitting there willing your little Lalafell legs to go as fast as they can.
Yeah, so I always pop sprint then.
As before, my guardian,
Oh.
pray leave me to
Run
my
away.
task and ensure our safety.
And as a machinist, I will also pop Peloton to help everybody else around me.
Peloton does not work in combat.
Doesn't matter, I pop it anyway. And I won't change that based on the lies and propaganda you spread.
It's every time you pop it in combat, it says no effect. I wish it worked. I do. But I just had to tell Tassie this unfortunate information too. I just got silenced as a tank. It hurts so bad.
That was an odd pick ability, but that's fine.
This data should prove invaluable to... You gods,
Nice.
what is this stench? Did you slaughter a creep of adamantoises while my back was turned? Quickly now, to Camp
I
Tranquil.
didn't die during that fight.
I will not have my clothing reeking of blood and offal. GG's.
Oh, look, a card dropped.
Nice.
I don't know anything about it, but I just went ahead and needed it on anyway. Oh, it's Daxus. Nice. This monster, also, I love this monster design. But this monster looks like Deoxys.
Oh, yeah, you're on the final boss, right?
Yeah.
So he has a mechanic where if it's eyes are blue, you do what he says. If eyes are red, you do you do the opposite of what he says. And it'll like flash on your whole screen almost kind of like a jump scare. You choose to paddle in the Ichor a while longer, I take it? No matter. I took advantage of my unexpected privacy and performed a cursory analysis of my data.
We're waiting on fucking people to get over here.
It would appear that there has been a measurable decrease in Eorzea's ambient ether concentration since the calamity. However, this data is far from conclusive.
Rolled an 85 for that card too.
We
I don't know
must take
if it's good or not. It's
additional
got 3
measurements
stars
to
on it.
confirm my assessment.
It's rare. Triple triad.
For our next survey, I would have you escort me to Earth's fount. The ambient ether concentrations there are so high that crystalline structures form spontaneously. Consequently, anomalous fluctuations should be much easier to detect. Brilliant, yes? No? Don't bother answering. That was rhetorical. Now come along. I mean, whether it's good or not, it doesn't hurt to collect it. There are, like, achievements, and there's a mount connected to collecting cards 1 through 312. You get to ride around on a little...
So blue we do.
Blue, you do what he says. Red, you don't. And what it is like there will be a symbol above you that's like either a play sign or a pause sign. And play just means you keep moving. Pause means you stop moving.
There's also a look one.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's the only one we've gotten so far. stack marker somewhere? I hear the stack marker noise, but I don't see a
You should
marker
be more than
anywhere.
familiar with the procedure by now. Pray find a suitable position from which to keep watch while I take measurements.
Is bro just chilling there? Is he not playing the game? I think we have a Dracoon just AFK in this fight.
Sounds about right. You know how the Dragoons be. Think for themselves and no one else. Yes, quite high, yet still remarkably lower than the historical measurements taken near the end of the 6th Astral era. Could the presence of a primal account for the difference? Or is there something else? Something else. Something else? Scion! Scion, come here! I need you!
Emptiness. The shards of emptiness, that's what we gotta kill.
Not Wilrid.
And I can't target any of them.
Fear not, my friends, help has arrived. There you are, Morrighan. Hori and I were worried when you and your charge failed to return at the appointed hour.
Red, don't look away, got it.
Gutted like a hog, but not by one, no. These wounds were made with a blade. Doesn't look like he put up much of a fight, either. Nary a mark on his sword or his shield. I've heard nothing of any Crystal Brave operations in this area. What cause had Wilrid to come here? What should we do? We will see to our scholar's protection, Morrighan. I and the boy's remains. You should return to the Rising Stones. The antecedent will want to know what happened here. And so do
Blue
I.
duty says, look away.
Well, before we return to the Rising Stones, even though it's very important that we do, we're going to go do the Tataru side of the quest.
Oh, don't look away. That's right. Almost fucked that up.
I mean, even if you did, it wouldn't have been that big of a deal. Wait, I should be able to just take the teleport to the Arcanist Guild, right? Yes.
Oh, well, I died.
Oh,
Damn
no.
I got caught in one of the things that's you can't walk straight.
Oh.
And then I couldn't get across the map to the safe area.
Yep.
That's okay, we'll see.
Because trying to time that walk can be hell.
Yeah, I was like right outside the circle. I'd almost made it, and then I died. I don't think I'm getting a res.
Morrighan, what are you doing here? I didn't mean for her to worry. That's the last thing I wanted. Putting an end to such worries is precisely the reason I'm here. Don't you see? I, Taru, shall become a great and powerful Arcanist. And now, at Mistress Thubregheim's behest, I must go and complete a special training exercise. Until we meet again. Greetings, and welcome to the Arcanist Guild. Do you require assistance? So you are acquainted with our newest member. I am sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but I fear young Tataru may not be ideally suited to the study of Arcanima. Nevertheless, she would not be denied and goes now to undertake her first trial.
Damn.
A simulated inspection of 3 crates. A simple task, some might say, but one all Arcanists are expected to complete. A thought occurs to me. Why not supervise Tataru's training? You are clearly an accomplished adventurer, and given your relationship with the girl, you seem an ideal person to have on hand. Her trial will be conducted at the cliffs south of the Zephyr Gate. You need only observe at a distance. Did you wipe?
No, we finished.
Oh.
I rolled on some orchestra rolls, and I rolled
Really low?
+8. No, +80 for everything.
Oh, nice.
And then I tried to roll on. Excuse me. Something else, and I got a 17. I was like, I guess that balances.
That's how it goes.
I'll be right back.
Yep. Over azure seas to pirate's port, where she meet her shining jewel. For to bring the smugglers' plans to naught, came the lass who none can fool. Beat 'em with a backdraft, gut 'em with a gust, deck 'em with a downburst, go, Carbuncle, go! Oh ho ho ho, are those crates I spy? Ah, and this must be the true test, but we're ready for them. Aren't we, Carbuncle? Aww. Carbuncle? Wah! Come back, Carbuncle! Come back! Time to go speak with Tataru. I should have known you'd come, Morrighan. You needn't say a word, your face says it all. I know you bore witness to my shame. Betrayed by my own Carbuncle and left at the mercy of wild beasts. I must accept the truth. I'll never be a warrior like you or the others. I will inform Mistress Thubergheim of my intention to withdraw from the guild. Arcanima, like so much else, is beyond me. It's so sad. It's okay. Ah, back so soon. How fared our fledgling Arcanist? Abysmally, Mistress Thubergheim, abysmally, as Morrighan will testify. I was wrong to become an Arcanist. Wrong as usual. I am completely and utterly unqualified, and I sincerely apologize for wasting your time. Tataru, if that were true, I would not have permitted you to join in the first place. We must all come to accept our limitations, lest our ambitions lead us astray. However, we must not lose sight of our strengths in the process. For example, your exceptional skill with numbers helped you to gain a solid grasp of the fundamentals of Arcanima. Were it not so, you would have struggled even to summon Carbuncle to your side. In my opinion, the Scions are truly fortunate to have such a capable and good-natured receptionist in their service. Would you not agree? You are too kind, Mistress Thubergheim. Though I could not overcome this challenge, I shall take your words to heart and try to not be discouraged.
I have returned.
Welcome back. As fetching as these garments are, I fear I shall never don them again. But I can't go back to the Rising Stones without something to show for my time away. Wait! I know what I can do. That is, if you don't mind accompanying me for a little longer. Wonderful. Then to Costa del Sol we will go. It's a bit of a gamble, but I'm confident it will pay off. Are you queued for that dungeon now?
No, not just yet.
Fair enough.
I will in a second, though.
Yes. Did Bridget message me? Okay. Yes, this is it. This is where the man at the Drowning Winch told me to look. There was a certain variety of clam which can be harvested this time of year in Bloodshore, one which produces the most marvelous pearls. However, these clams are also coveted by certain wild creatures, and since I fared rather poorly in battle last time, let us be off. What fortune! I've already found one. Would you be so kind as to keep watch while I work? This should only take a moment. Dang, this thing is taking a long time to kill. I feel like I did kill this thing much faster when I was running this as DPS. There we go.
I am now queued for it.
Cool, cool. Well fought, Morrighan, well fought. I knew I was right to come to ask you to come. As for me, I have my prize, a bounty of blood pearls. So named for their reddish hue, they were treasured as wards against dark magics in ancient times. I thought I might make charms for everyone, so that no matter where they go, they will always come home. It's sort of the power to defend myself and other people in a way. Right, well, I mustn't keep Flamin waiting. There's work to be done, and lots of it. We're to secure provisions for the Scions and the Lomins in markets. She may have an eye for quality, but I have a nose for bargains. Will you be heading back to the Rising Stones? If so, pray convey my apologies to the antecedent and tell her that she needn't worry about me. Farewell, Morrighan, and thank you for everything. That sounded rather final, didn't it? How about, until we meet again? That was almost a creepy looking smile.
I tried to do the thing I've done for Fisher, where you just like pick up a levy and then go buy the fish, but I can't find the fish on the market.
Then the fish might not be purchasable.
Whack.
Yup. Just do the deep sea fishing. Honestly, it levels you up so damn fast.
Yeah, but I mean, I have to like pay attention.
That's true. It's not a passive way to do it. Welcome home, Morrighan. I gather you found Tataru and Limsa. My, it sounds as though she had quite an adventure, and while it did not end as she had hoped, I suspect that it will prove to be a valuable experience. I dare say she could have managed without our intervention. Even so, I appreciate you indulging my request. Morrighan, you are returned, and you seem troubled. Did the role of escort chafe so? Wilrid dead? Mayhap murdered? By the 12, how can that be? I will send word to Alfino at once. He will want to conduct a full investigation and send word to Wilrid's family. Gods, he was just a boy. Who would do this and why? The recent events weigh heavily on our minds. We must needs set them aside for now. We are come to a defining moment in Eorzean history. The grand commemoration of our joint defense of Ishgard, the first time in 15 long years that our people have stood side by side with our neighbors to the north to fight in common cause. This may mark the true rebirth of the Eorzean alliance. Failing that, it should at the very least serve to bring our nations closer together. We have every reason to raise our voices in celebration, do we not? We have bested Dravanians and Asians both. Against desperate odds we have fought and won. But the primals still plague us, and the Empire still plots our subjugation and our triumphs, remarkable though they are, were bought at a terrible price. Brave adventurers and allies, broken on the steps of faith, and before our eyes in this very room, our dear friend Moonbrita. This is the victory we have wrought, and it is bitter. It is as bitter ashes in my mouth. I would sooner stay here and invite those with more appetite to enjoy the feast in my stead. Alas, it is a royal banquet, and all of our allies will be in attendance. It is our duty to present a united front, that we might serve as a beacon of hope to all. It seems I have no choice but to take my own advice.
Just
I
wandering
instructed
about.
the others to meet us in Ul'dah, that we might make our grand entrance together. Unfortunately, I had to settle for leaving Titaru and Lamin a note. If they do not return quickly, they will have to settle for whatever leftovers I can smuggle out of the fragrant chamber. Ooh, it's getting close. It is getting close. Off to the big soiree, Morrighan. Raise a glass for me, eh? Or not, you don't look best pleased, lass. Something on your mind? By the Navigator, Wilred's dead? Gods damn it! They must know they've been rumbled. I mean, sod it. 'Tis past time we had this talk. After our last conversation, I got thinking about where certain funds were coming from, so I had to dig around and on the quiet like, and sure enough, I found it. Seems a fair bit of coins made its way into the Braves' coffers, courtesy of a Dodo Consortium. A daft name for a business if I ever heard one, which is what first gave me an inkling that something wasn't right. So I went through the ledgers again, and found another half-dozen donations from organizations with stupid bloody names. Didn't take long to find the common thread. All were owned by the Mirage Trust. Oh, I'll give the bastards credit. He showed us up for the amateurs we are, short of calling one his business the bloody bribery consortium. I don't know what more he could have done to mark our rules on financial contributions. Gods only know how many men of the first and third were taking Telegi's coin, but now we know as some of them are. I'd wager me right eye they're the ones that did for Wildred. The earnest young fool had taken to asking the wrong kind of questions. Bound to attract attention he was. Should have seen it at the time, but I didn't. Gods damn me. Still, I don't see what Telegi hopes to accomplish. He hid his schemes with all the care of a drunken piston into the wind. No, he's cleverer than this, so we need to be clever too. That's the only way we'll ever repay this debt of blood. We'll purge every one of them traitorous bastards from our ranks. On that you have my word. And Morrighan, mind yourself when you're in Ul'dah, eh? We're heading into a storm. I can smell it. The kind what'll sweep a man overhead and drag him under before he knows it. What grand company did you choose to join? Wasn't it Limsa?
Yeah, of course. You're the best.
So you say.
So I know.
Well,
what? Well, what?
Gridania's pretty cool, the twin adders. The whole city-state is racist, though. We have been waiting for you, Morrighan. The celebration is due to begin shortly. I had hoped that we might make our introductions together, but Mistress Momodi just sent word that you are needed at the quicksand. Bridget would agree, though. She really likes the Maelstrom. They're pirates, after all. We will go on ahead, Morrighan. Pray join us once matters at the quicksand are resolved.
What does that have to do with the price of tea in China?
She likes pirates. Give my regards to Momodi.
Any luck on my cues?
And let her know that I will call upon her anon. It's because you're DPS.
I hate it.
Welcome to the DPS queues.
I hate them.
You probably actually would have been better off running it as a trust, honestly, because how long has this queue been?
I mean, I've been busy the whole time, but still.
Fair enough.
14.
Yeah.
I was at almost 14 minutes.
Which means with a trust you'd be about pulling the second boss now or finishing the second boss. I appreciate you dropping in on such short notice, Morrighan. I know you've got places to be, so I won't waste your time. You're friends with a crystal brave by the name of Alianne, aren't you? Former adventurer? Come to think of it, I'm pretty sure you recruited her yourself. Well, anyway, she came around here for a meal not long ago, and before she left, she asked me to give you a message. Said if the others end up dragging you to the feast, I was to see you got it before you made your grand entrance. Meet me at the station west of the Coffer and Coffin. There's something I must show you. A short message, I'll grant you, but she thought long and hard before picking those words. Barely touched her food, too. Under other circumstances, I'd have thought these signs of a troubled heart, but something tells me she ain't planning to ask your thoughts on a gentleman caller. Alright, Central Thanalin, here we go. As you stand upon the platform, your thoughts begin to wander, and all too soon the ghosts of comrades lost and enemies slain begin to file by your mind's eye in solemn procession. Clear in your head, you scan the horizon but see no sign of Alianne. Straining your ears to listen, you hear the chattering of Kiggern and the buzzing of Searfids, but no approaching footfall. Sighing, you bow your head, only to notice the vial lying at your feet. Morrighan, is that you? What brings you out this way?
Thanks God. Might as well just start picking up all the other raids.
Lieutenant Alianne, why no, I haven't seen her about. Had she come this way, I guarantee we would have crossed paths. I must have passed this spot a dozen times. We're to patrol the city's environs on account of the royal banquet. Captain's orders, you understand? Speaking of which, isn't it about to begin? You should be with the other honored guests, enjoying your well-deserved respite. Aye, pray return to Ul'dah, Morrighan. If I chance to meet the lieutenant, I will tell her you were here. And I want to run the near raids with you when you get to them.
Hallowed spirit of my line. Through my weakness, the glorious house of Ul has all but disappeared beneath the sands. For want of the strength to raise it up again, it were better that it fall. Forgive me, but I know not what else to do.
reckon you'd head straight to the feast after meeting with Alianne. What's the matter? No appetite? So she wasn't there, but this was, eh? Let's see. Looks to me like an alchemist's vial, but beyond that I can't say. Might be best if you hold on to it for safekeeping, though. Any road, no use worrying about Alianne. I'm sure she'll turn up before too long, and when she does, we'll soon find out what this was all in aid of. Besides, you've got more important things to think about. Would you believe that, while you were away, another message arrived for you? Well, one did. One delivered by the Sultana's handmaiden, no less. Seems Her Grace desires a private audience. Her handmaiden will meet you at the Royal Promenade and escort you to the Sultana's chambers. So what are you waiting for? Go on, then. Go!
You needn't trouble yourself so. Your Grace is most kind, but it is no trouble to me, rather an honor. If your Grace is ready, I shall summon the Warrior of Light. I am.
Oh look, there's Amric and Lucia and Alfino.
Everyone looks to be in high spirits.
With good cause.
A common victory may serve to unite even the most unlikely of allies. You've brought us one step closer to a united Eorzea.
Your modesty knows no bounds, Antecedent. Were it not for your efforts, Sir Emmerich would never have become such a steadfast ally. When he convinces his countrymen to rejoin the Alliance, we shall all reap the benefits, military and economic. I tell you, we are on the cusp of a new era of unity and prosperity. Territorial disputes are all that divide us now. But I have faith that we will find an amicable solution in time. And failing that, I'll have my trusty Warrior of Light box the ears of all concerned. Speaking of whom...
She will be joining us shortly. A matter at the quicksand required her attention, but it did not sound serious.
It was serious indeed, though. Like the satellite radio. Alright, speak with the lady in waiting at the Royal Promenade. Thank you for coming, madam. Her Grace is most eager to speak with you. If you require a moment to compose yourself before your audience, you may have it, or if you are ready, it would be my honor to escort you to Her Grace's chamber forthwith. Upon proceeding, blah blah blah, several cutscenes will play in sequence. Wait. Yeah, I'm ready. Alright, but before we do that, I will be right back. I'm going to go to the bathroom and I'm going to get my lunch so I can eat my lunch while this happens. I just realized I was muted as I was saying that. I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna
Okay.
use the bathroom, get my lunch, because I'm going into a series of cutscenes that are all gonna be voice acted, and I want to be able to eat while that happens.
Fair enough.
Alright, we are back with lunch and more water, and we're going to kick off this series of cutscenes.
Enter. Your Grace, your guest has arrived. Pray, come in and take your ease.
My healer's name is Mary Misfortune.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Tis well that the steps of faith held against the Horde.
Got me a player commendation.
Nice.
It was a really
And
easy
what of
fight.
the city proper?
We
It's a fun one,
sustained
though.
some few losses.
Yeah, it
but
wasn't
the
a bad
heart of our
dungeon.
nation yet beats with vigor. I am not certain I could say the same had we not received your most generous aid.
An attack on Ishgard is an attack on the realm. We stand together or fall divided.
Such noble words after the fact.
Okay. I have queued up for
I had hoped to speak in the presence of her grace.
the next
but it
Alliance
seems
raid.
She has been delayed.
Oh, yeah?
See how long that one takes
being
us.
the
Yep.
case, now would seem as good a time as any. Honored friends, pray allow me to convey Ishgard's warmest gratitude for your part in the defense of our lands. Tis upon the success of this very alliance that my recommendation to throw open the gates of judgment shall be founded. With the blessing of the Archbishop, it is my hope that Ishgard will soon be reunited with her long-estranged sister nations, and that Eorzea shall once more be as one.
Very well.
Is Artemis?
Nothing to worry about. I shall return anon. You wished a word, Yu Hase?
Dun dun dun. Crazy things are happening on my side.
Did you just finish the first game?
Very close. We're in like the long series of
You may
cutscenes, so.
You know how fast they go if you just
Your
skip them.
Grace.
I know, but this is a story playthrough.
That seems unnecessary.
Yeah, but it's all in good fun.
You must be curious as to the reason for this private audience. The matter I would discuss, however, will soon make apparent the need for discretion. I intend to abdicate the throne and dissolve the monarchy. You have seen for yourself the storm of turmoil that howls through our streets. The government fails in its responsibilities, and my subjects suffer the consequences
Hey, look at
of
that!
our
I'm standing right
incompetence.
next to you.
At the Royal Promenade.
Yeah, my business took me here too.
Amazing.
Fascinating.
But I will see them suffer no longer. The victory feast shall provide the stage on which I declare the dissolution of the Sultanate. 'Tis mine intent that the ruling class of our golden city should take its place beside the common man in a fair and equitable republic. No more shall this nation bow to the whims of a privileged few. Yet, that which I propose will entail the tearing up of this city's very foundations. And even Roban, with all his strength and influence, will be hard-pressed to keep his footing on such treacherous ground. Thus would I ask you to lend him a steadying hand. You who have endured the wrath of innumerable foes are the one hero in whom I can place my trust. Will you do this thing for me? I am truly grateful. More grateful than I can well express. Much of my dread for the coming days has been quieted.
Hope she's doing it. She's drinking from the cup. I'm about to be framed.
Alright, I'm gonna use the bathroom while I am in queue. Seems like a good time.
Seems like a very good time.
Your Grace! Her Grace, the Sultana, is dead. Poison in her wine? You did this! Spare us your denials! I see no other suspects, and the room has but the one entrance. I hereby accuse you of regicide. Men, arrest this viper.
No, it was the woman. I swear.
Sir, barring a few exceptions, we have detained all those with allegiance to the Scions. The Rising Stones is also under our control.
And what do you hope to achieve with this mutiny?
Why, that which we have striven for all along, Commander. The salvation of Eorzea.
What is the meaning of this?
Knights from the homeland. This cannot bode well.
Lord Commander, we have received an urgent message from the Holy See. I am grieved to report that your serpentine foes have resumed their assault. Needless to say, your presence is urgently required. These knights have come to bear you swiftly home to Ishgard.
A surprise attack?
We've had no such word from our men, and the timing is most fortuitous to catch us away from the city.
Most fortuitous indeed.
Lord Commander, we must away.
You have been a most gracious host. I hope that I might one day return the favor. Come, Lucia.
Whatever is going on in there? Ah, the ever-dutiful brass blades. I must apologize, but my dance card is rather full. Another time, perhaps?
Thancred, of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. You stand accused of committing acts of espionage in service to the Garlean Empire.
Espionage? What in the seven hells are you talking about? Ah, if you're referring to that business with the Ultima weapon, then you must understand, I wasn't myself.
Under interrogation, an Imperial prisoner revealed your involvement in numerous dealings with the enemy. We've also been investigating reports that you are a practitioner of forbidden arts. You'd best come along with us.
You invite me to your party and now you want me to leave? I do so detest receiving mixed signals. Come then. I believe I've lost my appetite for this farce of a celebration.
I miss Thancred voicing, or Thancred voicing Taliesin. I miss Taliesin voicing Thancred. The new voice actor is great, and I'm very used to them. But I just love Taliesin's voice.
You go too far, Lord Adeleji. By what right do you march armed soldiers into a royal banquet and eject state visitors without her grace's consent? You treat the brass blades as your personal army and show contempt for the throne with your every act. Leave us now.
Is that an order, General? Mayhap you have mistaken me for one of your flames. You will find I am not so slavishly obedient. As you lecture me on personal armies.
As for your outrageous claim that I have shown contempt for the throne, let all here observe that it was not I who feasted while an assassin removed its occupant. I expect this is your idea of defending the nation, is it? This and diluting our forces through these distractions in Cartano and Kurthis. I do begin to see how the ranks of the Immortal Flames came to be riddled with Garlean sympathizers. You are plainly unfit for command.
Wait, gods damn you. Your words make no sense. What assassin?
You mean to say you don't know? We caught the vaunted champion of the Scions in her Grace's private chambers not moments after the deed was done.
Because I was set up.
No! No, it cannot be!
Save your breath. You will need it to plead your case. You and your entire order are to be tried for this atrocity. Bring in the prisoner!
This woman stands accused of poisoning Her Royal Majesty Nanamu ul Namo, and is suspected accessories to the crime. All members of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn will be detained for questioning.
This is madness!
What a pity. Who'd have thought your tale would end like this?
Should you demand further proof, a vial with traces of the substance used to poison her grace was found upon the assassin's person.
How very convenient.
You would speak of convenience? Who persuaded her grace to host this celebration? A diversion which presented you and your confederates ample opportunity to commit the crime, and a crowd within which to fade from view. A more convenient occasion I could scarcely imagine.
How dare you! After all we have done for Uldar!
Hold your tongue, witch! I'll not be ensorcelled! I know all about the dark gift that you and your disciples wield. Oh yes, I've observed how you worked upon the minds of the Alliance leaders, bending them to your will. And what of your cordial relationship with Sir Emmerich? For years, Ishgard abjured all contact with the outside world, and now the Lord Commander of the Temple Knights treats you with the familiarity of a childhood friend. I'll tell you what I think. I think this desperate defense of Ishgard was but a ruse to deceive us into dividing our forces. Your next move will be to charm your Kurthan allies into invading our lands. Now that is truly ridiculous.
How do you even think of this stuff?
She cannot be dead. Stand aside, Ilbert. I want to see the Sultana.
Spare yourself the pain, brother. I saw her with my own eyes. For a mercy, the poison took her swiftly. Her handmaiden can attest to that.
There's the lady who did it.
This cannot be. Nanamo. Nanamo. No!
Plainly, the Royalists can no longer be relied upon to keep our nation safe. And so it falls to the monitorists of the Syndicate to govern Uldar. But should you wish to help us, General, we would be more than happy to entrust the task of planning Her Grace's funeral to you. It seems only right that you should bury your precious Sultana, and we will be glad to be rid of that burden.
I'll bet you will. You more than any man.
Whatever do you mean?
I mean you had her killed, you black-hearted bastard!
He's got crazy eyes.
What rot! Though I did have sufficient motive, 'tis true. That young lady caused me no end of grief. She always was a most unwilling puppet. I dare say Her Grace was grateful.
I have never panicked more in my life. I'm back, by the way.
How close were you to being the queue being done?
5 seconds.
Oh,
I was
damn.
in the middle of wiping when I heard it pop on my headphones.
You would mock her, then
But I
lock
made
her
it.
from hell.
Made it in time. Doing this one as samurai.
Nice.
Motherfucker. Oh no, it's the right one. I thought I queued for the wrong one for a second. I was gonna be super upset.
Is it the Ritterana Lighthouse or Orban Monastery?
It's the lighthouse.
Nice.
Have you lost your mind, General? It is forbidden to draw steel in the royal chambers, much less slaughter our fellow syndicate members. You're one of them. You've been in league with the Scions all along.
You're next, you scheming bastard!
Raban's going crazy. Just lost his arm.
Oh, Raban!
7 hells!
Admiral, we must leave.
How unlike you, old friend.
Well, that's
I
bad.
did not expect to take your arm so easily.
Half the party, or half the alliance die on the first boss.
Yeah, there's only 3 people alive in my party right now, and both the healers are dead.
How are the healers in the other alliances doing, though?
Everybody else is up. just my alliance that got fucked.
It's not too terrible then, because the other healers can get yours back up.
Got one of
And
them.
arrest this traitor as well.
Sucks not getting heals for a little bit, but I'll try not to complain.
Right. Did you queue as tank or DPS?
DPS. I'm samurai.
Tis better than the dirt I've supped on these long years. We can't all abandon Alamigo and become great war heroes as you have. You are not the man you
Probably gonna
once
die
were,
soon.
Roman. Since that girl strapped the
Here's
yoke around your
1,500
neck,
health.
you've become docile.
Do you have is your bloodbath up?
No, not yet.
Okay.
She took the mad bull and cut off his balls.
There we go.
And a bull that cannot rot is fit for naught but slaughter. Shall I tell you who really killed your precious Sultana? It was me.
Share your Doritos. Okay, I don't know what the fuck that means, but...
If you have the red triangle and the red circle on your character, you need to stack with someone else who has that as well. And you can stack as many people as you want.
And I died.
Share your Doritos.
Yep. Oh man, I don't even know if our tanks could die. They're all warriors. Like, if they just shirked right,
they would all be fine.
Yeah, they would just be fine.
But you're asking for 3 tanks, probably none of them in voice chat together, to shirk correctly?
Flee this place. Clear your names. Find out who is behind this plot. It is the only way. Now go!
Ah, there you are.
Thancred, where have you been?
Avoiding the fumbling advances of some very persistent admirers. When
Fuck,
I realized
water
the
ones.
celebrations had turned sour,
This guy's a
it
fucking
seemed
nightmare.
prudent to slip away and take
Yeah,
stock
he's
of
got the giant
situation.
bucket and he'll pour water on like half the arena.
Yeah, and then he has the fucking spinning buckets above you, and as a fucking melee DPS, it is a bitch.
Yep.
I feel like I picked the wrong one for this
It would
one.
appear that much of the city is
But it's
already
XP.
under tight guard. It occurs to me that expanding the Brass Blade's authority may not have been such a wonderful idea after all.
The success of this plan was contingent upon those thugs having the run of the place. Just how long has this scheme been in motion?
The careful preparations, the maneuvering of
Alliance
forces.
B is doing like all the work right
I am
now.
inclined to agree with
We
the general's
have
insistence that a deeper plot exists here.
So,
11 people
would
in
I
this
be
raid
right in
up.
thinking we now have an excuse
Damn.
to pummel as many brass blades as we like?
Yeah, my alliance has basically been dead the whole
Unless
time,
you plan on
except for the
pummeling them
tank,
all,
which
I'm not sure
might
that
be
would
the guy who's
greatly
actually
aid our
tanking it,
cause.
because his stance is on.
The Sultana's assassination
Does he have an
was
A
but
on
one
his
part of the scheme. We too were its
thing?
targets.
No, he does not.
And though
It's
we
a
did
1?
not share Pornonimo's fate,
It's
we
a
are yet
1.
hopeful.
Then he is not the main tank.
Where indeed, we may safely assume that our foe
I
is
guess
thought to
it's
have
that
the
guy.
Rising Stones watched.
Forgive me for stating the obvious, but our choice of
floor is
destination will
spotless.
matter little if we cannot secure an escape route out of Ulda.
Pretty good.
Happily, I believe I can provide one. Papa Shan once told me about the passages hidden in the walls of the palace. If I recall correctly,
Yes.
the fireplace in Animo's chambers conceals the entrance to a tunnel. It should lead outside the city and allow us to avoid any messy confrontations.
Fuck, Alliance B rocks. None of them died.
Nice. It was like that one time when I was running the second near raid for the first time. I was in Alliance C, and our alliance just was falling apart.
We are not okay.
The rest of you go on ahead. I'll handle this lot.
By yourself?
The tank in our group, we?
I suppose I shall just have to join you.
Crystal Braves too, huh? Now this should be interesting.
Ida! Papalimo!
We will hold our pursuers here. Hurry, now! Find this tunnel of Thancreds.
Why the fuck is none of my stuff working?
Minfilia,
Are you pacified?
We cannot linger.
No, I'm just fucking stupid.
Nah, that works too.
Honestly, felt like I could just do single target rotation. Fuck it. There's so many people here.
Gonna be greedy, are ya?
Yeah.
Gotta bump those numbers.
Man, I'm just trying not to die.
Now look what you've done.
Ida, are you all right? There are just too many of them.
I'm fine. I could do this all day. How about you?
Nearing the end of my tether.
This is so stupid. We're the scions of the Seventh Dawn. The ones who stand between this realm and the evil that's trying to destroy it.
And if you think we'll leave the stewardship of Eorzea to the likes of your masters, then you're sorely mistaken.
Sorry I dragged you into this, Papalimo.
Oh, I don't know what's going on, but...
'Tis hardly the first time, and I'll be damned if it will be the last.
Why is this guy's tail, like, thick, too?
Because it can be.
Let them have it, Ida!
I was hoping you'd say that.
I never knew such a watercourse existed beneath Uldar.
Ida and Papalimo just got a really cool scene.
The architecture is of the Sildine style, if I'm not mistaken. The ancients plainly foresaw the need for a ready means of escape.
Good for him.
This way!
That didn't take long. It seems these tunnels were not as secret as I...
You two, go on ahead. Thancred and I will deal with this.
What do you mean to do?
Only that which is required to ensure that the dawn's light survive to brighten the morrow.
Fear not, antecedent. You haven't seen the last of these fair features.
My friends.
Leave us!
We supposed to do something about these fucking meteors?
What is the plan, milady? Shall I take the dozen on the left and you the dozen
Oh,
on the
they're
right?
not meteors. I don't know what the
odds are
fuck
not
they are,
exactly
but...
stacked in our favor.
Numbers will count for little when I bring the tunnel down upon their heads. Though I cannot say I relish the thought of being entombed with you for all eternity.
You wound me. I will have you know that many a maid would kill for the chance to spend forever at my side. Now, may I have the last dance?
Oh, I died.
Oh.
He's almost dead though. I mean, not too bad honestly for the fight. I got time stopped.
This might be the fight that has the math boss.
Math boss? What do you mean?
There's a boss who's going to take your HP to between 1 and 4. Like, just lower your max HP to between 1 and 4. And then he's going to tell you to make your number a multiple of 3 or whatever.
Be a good time, milady.
And there will be 4 circles, each with a 1, 2, 3, or 4 like dots above them. And you have to step into one of those circles or step into none of them to make your number match what he's asking for. Keep in mind that 1 is not a prime number.
Tis done.
Because he will say make your number prime. And if you have a 1, you need to go to a 3. Or to make yourself total 3. So step into 2.
Forgive me, Mitra.
Maybe.
Farewell.
This is, where are we? Construct 7.
That's the one, I think.
Heidelin, she speaks to me. No. I must remain behind, but you cannot stay with me. Please, you must go on. You are the warrior of light. You are hope for the Scions and for all. As long as your flame continues to burn, the light of the dawn may ever be relit. You must escape and save Eorzea from those who would plunge it into darkness. Tis the only way.
I am glad to see you safe, my friend. What of the others? Damn that man! Teleji played me for a fool!
Whoops. I accidentally cut that voice short.
There will be ample time for soul-searching later. For now, we must put some moms between us and Ul'dah.
Well, would you look who it is? Need a ride? I doubt it'll be half as exciting as the last trip we took. Not if I have anything to say about it anyway. Let's not dawdle, eh? All aboard!
Oop, I should have backed away from that. That was dumb.
It happens.
I was stocking up on supplies over in Vesper Bay, you see, when your sister come up and begged a favour. Said her brother was having some trouble down in Ul'dah, and likely needed a helping hand getting away. Thinking them ruins would make a fine hiding place, I decided to try there first. And lo and behold, there you were.
Our healers have died so many fucking times.
That
sucks. They're both dead right now.
Not a moment too soon. Must have been fate that we happened to find you there, though, eh?
I had thought to look out for Alize, but would appear she was the one watching over me. I've made such a mess of things.
Calibrate multiples of 3.
Young sir.
So 3, 6. I think those are probably the only numbers you can add up to.
Pippin Taropin, Vice Marshal of the Immortal
Multiples
Flames.
of 5.
Just make yourself total 5.
I killed almost the whole fucking party.
I had been on the Alamegan front these past
Yeah, the
few
multiples
moons,
of 5
but
won.
an urgent communication called me back to
Everybody
Ul'dah.
was fucking wrong. And like 3 people weren't even paying attention to the
Scarce
things.
had my boots touched the cobbles, though, when the streets erupted with cries of assassination. I immediately went in search of answers, and came across Master Alfino here. Needless to say, I did not think his imprisonment justified. The blame plainly lies with the Monitarists. Their greed and corruption are well known to me, but for them to take advantage of the situation with such alacrity...
Was that Pippin, you said? Ain't that the name of General Aldin's lad?
Yes, I am his son. Adopted, of course. 'Twas only as we were leaving Ul'dah that I learned of father's fate. Once I have seen you a safe distance away, I mean to return to the city and extricate him from this madness.
Then you needn't travel no further than Blackbrush. Our fugitives have a friend waiting for them there.
I dreamed of bringing about Eorzea's salvation, but in the end, 'twas I who needed saving.
Well, yikes, we were the last ones to finish that.
Them soldiers will keep searching for a while yet. I reckon we'll take the carriage back towards Uldar, get the lay of the land, maybe provide a distraction if needed. You three wait here. Help will be along shortly. Stay strong, friends. The real fight's to come. All right, let's go. The most unassuming folk can prove to be our greatest allies. That fellow was but a passing merchant, yet he lent us aid without a moment's hesitation, or any hint of concern for his own safety. Though I can well imagine how a man could feel inspired to risk all in your presence. Father often...
What did he say? Calculate to prime. Oh, 5 is a prime number. We don't have to be in a circle if we're good, right?
Yes, if you are good, do not step in a circle. Father spoke often of you, Morrighan, and long have I looked forward to our first meeting. Needless to say,
Over to multiples of 4.
This is not at all how I envisioned it.
Okay, 8. We're good.
Master Alphino, you must not give in to despair. That would only play into our enemy's hands. So long as you and Morrighan are free, we may still set things right. Forgive me, Marshal Terrapin, but Alphino, my boy, sorry to keep you waiting. Sid, what are you doing here? Pulling you out of the fire as usual. Your merchant friend told me everything. Truly, then he is no merchant but an angel in peddler's clothing. But tell us, how do you intend to bear our friends to safety?
Died during this fight. Feels bad. Feels even worse because I'm like against an edge.
I hid the Enterprise but a short distance away. All I need is a destination. We must find a place beyond the reach of both the monetarists and the
He's just
crystal
fucking
graves.
spinning in circles shooting lasers.
Kurthus. Ishgard will not suffer the intrusion of foreign forces in their territory. That settles it. With me, everyone. Not I fear. I must remain here. I dare not abandon Uldar to the monetarists and their cronies. You may be certain that they will seek to defame you, both here and in the city-states. But know that I shall do my utmost to thwart their every effort.
You're gonna try.
Frankly, I do not expect it to be much of a challenge.
That was a long casting time.
The small folk will not turn so easily on the Warrior of Light and her allies, no matter what the monetarists claim.
He's a nice healer.
If they don't have swift cast, it's an 8-second cast time.
Yeah, it was a solid 8 seconds. She turned around and was like, I guess I'll res him.
Marshal Terrapin, I know not what to say.
That's a dope jacket.
Ha! Now that Father would labor to believe. But enough talk. You must go, Master Alphino. Your airship awaits.
Math isn't so bad. Math is for blockers, man. Alright.
These creatures are lying about their power.
That's so loud.
Yep. We heard it over here. Up, up. There's no rest for the righteous. For the righteous, as I said.
Gator Angie. Oh, that's a fucking tank buster.
If you've ever seen one.
God damn it.
We should make for Camp Dragonhead and speak with Lord Horsefant. Mayhap he will know what to do. They might have seen it coming on you. Don't read into how I said that.
Yeah. Oh, I need to be on the minus side, right? Or the plus side?
I honestly don't remember if you want to be matching or opposing. So see how the first one goes and go from there. Master Alfino told me of your tale, Morrighan. It warms my heart that you should turn to me before all others, and I shall endeavor to deserve your trust.
Already.
Alas, the situation here has grown more complicated in your absence. 'Twould be best if I explained in full.
Opposite of the player's mark. Damn it.
There has been word from the capital. Ishgard has weathered another assault, and 'tis said several wyverns broke through into the city proper. The temple knights succeeded in slaying the beasts, but the intrusion prompted orders to further strengthen the guard and to place the city under a perpetual state of alert. How keenly we feel the loss of our wards at the gates of judgment. Yet we must not bemoan our misfortune. Sir Emmerich is safely returned from Ul'dah, and once more leads the defense of Ishgard.
Can we not die another time? Let's try.
Good luck.
As for the matter of your asylum, I am afraid no progress
I'm gonna tell you right now,
will be
these
made
healers are
until the threat
fucking
to our nation is
working
diminished.
fucking hard. Our healer has died more than I have
You
died.
are not without allies. You are more than welcome to shelter here for as long as you wish.
Alright, I need to be on the blue
Think of it
ground.
as a new headquarters of sorts. The Falling Snows, or some such.
I forgot Horsefant makes that joke. Because your new headquarters in post A Realm Reborn becomes the Rising Stones, and then you can't go back there because of the events that just unfolded. So Horsefant's like, well, just think of this as your new headquarters, like the Falling Snows.
It's a bad joke.
It's a
frivolity
funny joke.
aside, any who come here in search of you will receive no aid
Somebody
from
just
House
limit
Forton.
break?
For once, the Ishgardian reputation for
No, okay.
inhospitality
Sure as
shall
hell sounded
work
like
in
it.
They might have started to.
Agents
Maybe
of
it got
Ul'dah
interrupted.
will
Yeah.
find their every inquiry dismissed and their every request for entry rebuffed until such time as their masters have acknowledged your innocence.
Bro, can you not?
once fought to preserve the honor of my dear friend. 'Tis a blessing that I may now repay that debt in kind. But let us dwell no more on this. Pray,
Fuck, I almost
join
died
the
there.
rest of your companions. 'Tis
Kill
bitterly
that
cold
thing.
this day. I suspect there are those who might welcome the warmth your
Fuck.
presence brings.
Oh man, he made it to 66%.
Did you guys wipe?
No.
Oh.
He had like a charge up thing.
Oh.
And he made it to 66 before we managed to kill anything. Kill the stuff.
Right.
Well, never mind, he made it to 90.
It's gonna be fucking close then.
The only one out of our party to make it is our tank.
Greetings, madam. Shall I show you inside? Several cutscenes will play in sequence. Let's do this one more time. I just hit a second several cutscenes thing.
I've never seen so many healers die. And I'm gonna tell you right now, these 3 warriors are so fucking good.
Good.
Like, their health, I have not seen them. Like, one of the warriors died in the last fight, but that's it.
Right.
Shit, I gotta why was I res?
Alfino, Morrighan, is it really you?
I literally spawned, I ran forward, and then died.
I am so happy that you are. It do be like that sometimes. I tried contacting Minfilia and the others, but no one would respond.
Dude, I don't know if we're gonna make it through here.
And then Crystal Braves, our own people, turned on us in the marketplace. Flamine told me to run, and so I did. I ran and ran until my lungs burned and my feet ached, but I lost my way, and then... Fortunately, I had observed some of the Braves behaving suspiciously beforehand.
It's just our alliance that has dead people. We have no DPS alive. Oh, and there goes a healer. And the other one is at 2300 health.
Ah, yes,
Come
my
on,
mask.
buddy.
It was lost in the struggle. Pretty, isn't she? Anyway, after Yugiri found me, we traveled to Vesper Bay and met up with Urianger. When we told him what had happened, he used his magics to weave a glamour around the Waking Sands. From the outside, our old headquarters now looked like an abandoned storehouse. The transformation didn't take long either. Apparently, Urianger started making preparations after the Imperial attack, just in case the Empire ever chose to pay us another visit.
I got a res.
Good thinking, eh? Sorry, where was I? Oh yes, so we waited there at the Waking Sands, hoping others would come, but no one else did. My people are searching for the other scions even as we speak, but we have met with no success as yet. I had hoped that you might be able to suggest further places to look. Ah, but you should know, the Rising Stones did not share the Waking Sands' good fortune. Only Crystal Braves await you there. Be that as it may, we yet have cause to hope, do we not? If the 2 of you escaped, it is not impossible that the others could have done so as well. You may have been forsaken by men and women believed true, but rest assured that the people of Doma yet stand with you. We welcome this opportunity to repay our debts, and shall continue our efforts to locate the others and see the scions restored to their rightful place of honor.
Yeah, so I have died more times in this fight than, yeah, I have in any other raid.
It happens, though. Honestly, like, pretty much past Storm or Heavensward, it's very iffy how many people running the raid know the mechanics. Because they honestly don't get ran all that often.
I believed myself the only one who truly understood Eorzea's woes. And look what that arrogance has wrought. I gave commands, influenced governments with my certainty. I treated the Crystal Braves and even the Scions themselves as pawns in my great scheme to save the realm. But in my headlong rush into imagined glory, I paid no heed to the ground upon which I trod. The salvation of Eorzea. What was it that I hoped to achieve? Did I believe that I could rid the realm of every danger and difficulty? That I could defeat the Empire and the Ascians, and find homes for every refugee? Oh, yes. I was so very clever. Become a guardian of Eorzea, I implored, and sat back to watch my perfect army cleanse the land of chaos, which was all but a means to feed my own vanity. Only when all is lost do I finally realize the truth.
Oh, Alfino.
So, Master Alfino, are you content to remain a broken blade?
Right,
Is there no flame hot enough to reforge you? What of the fine companions who yet stand at your side? I dare say the fires of their determination will soon have you slicing the air again with your customary wit.
I hardly deserve such friendship. And besides, where are we to go?
Alfino, if I may? Should this place not serve our purpose, then we shall go to Ishgard. Minfilia told me many times, as long as we stand fast against despair, the beacon of hope will never be lost to sight. Be it in the snow or in the clouds, we few will see that the dawn's light shines again.
You are right, Tataru. Thank you. And thank you for your kind words, Lord Orchefon. 'Tis true that Eorzea yet has her guardians. The Scions have achieved much, and 'twould be remiss of me to discard it all in a fit of self-pity. Let us then resume our journey, together, one step at a time.
And just like that, we roll credits.
All has been arranged as you desired, my lord. There's Raban in his prison cell. We'll get you out of there yet, Raban. Oh, and here we are with the Ascians again. Nobrialis is no more. The ardor was not his to invoke. His demise was of his own making. Nevertheless, it concerns me. They have extinguished that which should rightly be eternal. Mayhap he was not wholly mistaken. Greater haste may be warranted. We are of one mind. The northern lands, then. The earth is fertile, and the seeds well sown. By my will, they shall reap salvation unlike any the world has known. By his will. By his will.
I have answered thy summons, emissary. Speak, and make thine intent known. I would speak of fate, Archon. Yours, mine, the fate of this very star.
Thou thinkest sanctuary lieth beyond. Delusion. Despair. Death. Thou shalt find naught else here.
You don't have to be so gloomy, Midgard Zormer. To preserve the dawn's light, the heroes journeyed north. Their hearts filled with hope and eyes fixed heavensward. Okay. What we're gonna do is I'm gonna make a note real quick because we're gonna start Heavensward because I want to get at least Dark Knight picked up, but I don't want that to be on the tail end of this stream. So I'm gonna make note of the timestamp so that I can highlight it, and we'll title this something like Intro to Heavensward or Prelude to Heavensward or something. I don't know.